BBL 851, turn right, heading 180. Order 14 Papa, turn right 245, report localizer established 27.
The Airbus A380 has been the centre of attention in recent weeks, with some encouraging news surrounding the future of the aircraft with multiple airlines as international travel demand begins to return to levels of what we saw at least before the pandemic. While the entire world hasn't seen a positive return, some areas are experiencing bookings 300% more than what they experienced in the past month. The perfect focus for that would be Germany with Lufthansa, but there are many other carriers as well. It has in turn led airlines that had previously announced that they wouldn't bring back the Airbus A380 to say indeed now that they would return. British Airways yesterday made headlines following an exclusive report by Head for Points, revealing one of the worst kept secrets that hadn't officially been announced, that being that their Airbus A380s would return to the British carrier after a lengthy stint in storage, with a future that was largely unknown. The airline will therefore see 5 of its 12 Airbus A380s return to the skies from next month, that being of November 2021, depending on when you are watching this video. It's worth noting that this is initially 5 of a total of 12 that they do have at their disposal, and marks the beginning of a staggered re-entry into service for the type. Beginning on European services through to Frankfurt and both Madrid, it'll allow aviation enthusiasts to ride aboard the Airbus A380 for a short period and not have to, say, travel to the complete other side of the world to experience the wonders of the world's largest passenger plane that, due to the global pandemic, has seen it depart largely many airlines. The routes begin on the 8th of November tentatively, however naturally it can be very much subject to change, like anything with a schedule involving this type of flight. The perfect example I can give in this sense would be that of cabin crew training flights with certain aircraft. Type will not be actually inputted into the system, it will say another aircraft and you have to trust that on the day you turn up it will be the A380 in this case, so be very wary when you are booking the flights. Concluding a month-long of European operations, British Airways is planning on returning its A380s to international operations, with various destinations in both the Middle East and also that of the United States being featured on their plans initially. Destinations that are permitting the government restrictions make the most sense, especially as the United States reopens its borders for vaccinated travellers from Europe. British Airways is following in the footsteps of Qatar Airways, who only last week announced that they would be bringing back their Airbus A380s for travellers as they saw demand levels continue to rise and bring back the need for a high-capacity quad-engined jet. However, one of the main differences between the Qatar Airways situation and that of the British Airways situation regarding the Airbus A380 is that Qatar Airways were pretty adamant, you could argue, that they would never welcome back the A380 and it was their biggest mistake that they ever made. However, things can always change and they're now welcoming that back. For British Airways, the international flights permitting of course restrictions and approval before the festive period is going to be a huge benefit, as British Airways and also that of rival Virgin Atlantic have both experienced incredibly high booking rates for transatlantic flights, especially as we approach that Christmas period with loved ones hoping to return. What are your thoughts though on British Airways announcing the return of their Airbus A380s? While it was expected, it's fantastic to see and is a positive for the industry to highlight that demand is finally returning to rates where we can see bigger planes flying. You can drop your thoughts down in the comment section below. As always, I'd like to thank you very much for tuning into this video and I'll see you next time.